case involving the suspect linked to 6 women's bodies found in Johannesburg has been postponed. He was applying for bail this morning. He's charged with 1 count of murder. The women are believed to have been sex workers, and their deaths have spread fear among other workers in the area where they were found. Senior reporter Aviwe Mtila is there with the latest for us. Aviwe, when we spoke a bit earlier, it's just after the proceedings were abruptly ended, or at least there was a decision by the magistrate at the time to just stand down the matter for 15 minutes to calm down the situation. What is the latest now?
Hi, Mfundo. It's been confirmed. The postponement to the 25th of October. Of course, this is to allow that identity parade that was supposed to be done by today to be done. Of course, remember we heard from the state that the accused refused to conduct the identity parade. It came out in court that, in fact, this was not the case. It was moved from the Friday by the state to Sunday, and when it was supposed to happen, the person that was supposed to conduct it was at church. In fact, we want to get some insight from the NPA's Pindi Mtonondwana just to understand exactly what the matter is. Says Pindi, it seems like the state doesn't have its ducks in the row. Was this person indeed in church at the time that the identity parade was supposed to happen?
Well, the information that we got from the investigating officer is that, yes, the person had made an arrangement to go to church, but by the time the ID parade was to be held, the person was present. And the accused person is the one that said that he cannot participate in the ID parade unless his legal representative is present.
Just to get an understanding, he was there on the Sunday, or what's the clarity, Sispindi? Why wasn't it done on the Friday that it was supposed to happen? Why was it moved to the Sunday, given that the accused was told on the Friday?
Well, remember that when an identity parade must be held, there are parties that are also involved in the process. So the investigating officer informed the prosecution that they were in a better position to hold the identity parade on Sunday and not the Friday.
All right, and going forward, says Pindi, what is going to happen in this matter? Has the postmortem results come back and confirmed how many people were dead?
Well, at this stage, the people that were discovered as being deceased, we have a number of 6. And in terms of the DNA and the tests that must still be conducted, including the postmortem, we are still awaiting those results as the state.
So none of the people that were found have been positively identified at this stage?
Yes, at this stage, we don't have any of the deceased person that has been identified positively. That process is still ongoing. We are awaiting the test results, and once they have been identified by their family members, and once we have the go-ahead as well from the family members, because remember we also have to give them the necessary respect. Only when they give us the go-ahead to identify the deceased persons, we'll be able to be in a position to do that.
Is it still a murder charge, 1 case of murder at this stage, or are you pursuing more charges given that there were 6 bodies discovered?
As we have indicated last week as the NPA, that we are currently charging the accused person with 1 count of murder. However, we have given instructions for investigations that must be conducted by the investigating officer, and once those investigations are concluded, we will be in a better position to state finally how many charges will be preferred against the accused person.
Just clarify the issue around the letter. My understanding is that the letter that was supposed to be given usually expires within 7 days. But the state has been slammed now for not presenting a letter to validify the move from Sun City to Johannesburg prison. But surely the magistrate should know that it expires in 7 days.
Well, in all honesty, we could have come to court better prepared. But as the NPA, we will handle this together with our colleagues in the South African Police Service. Because to start with, when the investigating officer came to court, he knew that this matter was set down for what purpose and what we will be requesting the court to state as an order. So we could have been better prepared, the prosecutor as well. could have spoken to the investigating officer before the court starts, so that when we go to court, we are prepared. We know the process that must be followed for an accused person to be held in the police holding cells. And I must also indicate that it is such things that do not bolster well with the confidence that the public is supposed to have in us. But we are human, we err, and in this instance we have erred, and we are in a position to correct those mistakes.
With that being said, Mrs. Pindi, do you believe then you have a strong case? Because this is not a good start at all, as you've conceded yourself.
Well, we have sufficient evidence that we were able to then establish prospects of a successful prosecution, and it is up to us to bring enough evidence before court to convince the court that the state has a strong case.
How the state's case, without the identification parade, how strong is it? Because then it would be circumstantial evidence, and even in circumstantial evidence, we've seen that they sometimes do slip away.
Well, we have many convictions that we achieved as the NPA, having circumstantial evidence. We are not yet at that point where we can say that this case is going to be proven using circumstantial evidence. As I've said, investigations are still ongoing. We will await that process, and once investigations are concluded, we will be able to prove our case in court as the NPA, as we have already established prospects of a successful prosecution.
Does the order by the court in terms of the identity of the accused still stand, in that the media is not allowed to publish his face nor his name?
Yes, the order stands, because the identity parade must still be conducted. So indeed, the media is not allowed to name the accused nor show his face, as we want to protect the prospects of the identity parade.
And just lastly, Mrs. Pindi, how many of the women, if any, were actually pregnant? Does the postmortem reveal any of that?
I've already indicated that those investigations are ongoing, and that is information that will be shared during the trial stage. At this present moment, we are dealing with we've already dealt with the issue of his legal representative. He already has one. From here, he will indicate whether he wants to apply for bail or not. So much of the evidential material will be divulged during the trial stage. So that's it's still very early stages to ask such a question.
All right. Thank you very much. That's Pindi Mtila from the National Prosecuting Authority, of course, the Gauteng spokesperson, conceding that they themselves, as the state, actually erred. They could have come better prepared in this matter, given now we're seeing another postponement. Remember, today the identity parade was supposed to have been conducted, done with it, and we are now supposed to know who this suspect is, and the identity in fact revealed to the state. Of course, that hasn't happened because the legal representatives of the accused are saying that no, the state don't have their ducks in the row. They were supposed to conduct this identity parade on Friday. That was moved to Sunday, and in fact, the person that was supposed to conduct it was at church. Pindi Mtila suggesting that while it was moved to Sunday, the person was there and the accused refused to. But in all of that, it has now been confirmed that it will be done on the 21st of October. That's the coming Friday, and then the matter has been postponed till the 25th of October, where the accused can be formally announced, can be named, and even identified and filmed.